everyone, it's Nathan Birch here from B.Invested.com.au, and I want to talk to you today about managing a property yourself or getting a property manager to. And it's a very common question to ask out there, and lots of people go and try and manage properties themselves to try and save themselves $10–15 per week. Look, a question about that is that I never manage my own properties. I've always had them run through property managers. I tried to manage one once and it was a nightmare, and what I've found is that all the crappy tenants out there will go onto Gumtree or the Trading Post or look in the local paper and try and find a private landlord, because they don't have the same systems and resources there to be able to determine if a tenant's a good tenant or a bad tenant. And it's important to understand that you're treating your investing, like, if you're going to be a serious property investor, you need to treat your investing like a business. And if you walk into McDonald's, you wouldn't see Ronald McDonald come downstairs and mop the floor to save $5 an hour, because that's what he wants to do, to be a tight ass and save some dollars to mop the floor himself. You as an investor, you've got to understand, are you an investor or are you someone that's trying to save a couple of dollars? You're not a property manager. If you're a property manager and that's what you want to devote your time to do, great. But there is a lot of stuff that does come along the day-to-day activity of managing your properties. And what I've found is people that get caught up with managing their own property portfolio, they might have 2 or 3 or 4. Over that, it becomes too much of a headache, and stuff starts to go wrong as far as being able to manage the arrears of tenants, manage repairs, having the tenant constantly contact you, not pay rent, pay it late, it cause trouble for you, whatever the case may be. It's important. As a matter of fact, if you go back to a landlord's insurance, most policies do not cover self-managed properties. So they see it as a high risk for someone to do it as well. So the question that I ask is that it is possible to rent a property yourself out. However, is it sustainable? I don't believe so. People that are doing it themselves, they do get held back from their investing because they get bogged down in the day-to-day activity of mopping the floors, basically, by doing the real messy sort of stuff. Property managers are trained. If you get yourself a good, solid property manager that's trained and has the experience behind them, they can have lower vacancy factors, they can have lower rental arrears, they can have higher cash flows for you, they can take away all the burden and stress of having to look after a tenant for you. That's what I do personally. I've always had my properties managed. There was only one when I first started buying properties where the property I thought I'd rented out to a friend and it didn't work out. It was just a mess. And yeah, as far as managing a portfolio, vitally important to make sure that you've got a good, solid property manager. The properties that I've got here in Sydney, I have my property managers look after them via Blink Property. As for my properties that are interstate, whether it be in Queensland or wherever, I have the local property managers on the ground looking after that, and I go through a very detailed process of employing a property manager, because I want to make sure that I get the best property managers in the area of where the property is to look after them. So with that, I hope that helps. If you have a tale of woe or some comments about managing a property yourself, feel free to put in the comment section down below.